Americans aren't speaking fast. They're speaking differently.
Today, you'll learn how it actually works. Don't miss it. Stay with us. Let's go.
Hey, Liam. I have been thinking about my English, and I think I finally understand what is happening. I am not bad at English. I am just listening the wrong way, right?
Hey, Emma. That is a great question. It is about how native speakers connect words smoothly. So, speech sounds different from what you see in writing.
So, the problem is not my vocabulary, right?
Exactly, Emma. The issue is not vocabulary, but how your brain expects words to be separate, while native speakers naturally blend them together.
Wow, that actually makes a lot of sense, because I always feel like everything is too fast.
It feels fast because there are no pauses, just connected sounds.
Can you show me a clear example of that difference?
Instead of "what are you doing," natives say "what you doing" as one sound.
Ha! I have definitely heard that, Liam, and thought I was missing words.
You're not missing words. You're hearing connected speech, and your brain just isn't trained to recognize it yet.
So, this is why I understand reading much better than listening.
Yes, Emma, because written English shows each word clearly, while spoken English merges them into sound groups.
Interesting. So, what exactly are linking sounds in simple terms?
Linking sounds happen when the end of one word connects directly to the beginning of the next.
And does this happen all the time in real conversations?
Yes, especially in casual speech, where fluency and speed depend on smooth connections.
And what is the most common type of linking that I should focus on first?
The most common one, Emma, is consonant plus vowel, and it happens all the time.
Can you give me examples that I can actually use?
Sure. Pick it up becomes pick it up, and turn it on becomes turn it on. The final sound moves into the next word.
Wow, I have heard that many times, Liam, but I never realized it was happening.
That is because your brain was still trying to separate the words instead of hearing the connection, Emma.
So, how do I train myself to hear these connections more clearly?
You need to stop listening for individual words. Start listening for groups of sounds.
Groups of sounds? That sounds a bit abstract to me. Can you explain that better, Liam?
Think of small chunks like turn it on or pick it up. Treat them as single units instead of three separate words.
Oh, so my brain needs to treat them like one piece instead of three?
Exactly, Emma. That shift makes listening much easier and more natural over time.
And how do I practice this in a real way?
You practice by repeating natural sentences. Focus on how the words connect rather than where they separate.
So I should actually avoid pausing between words.
Yes, reducing pauses helps you build a smoother rhythm and more natural speech.
That feels uncomfortable at first, though.
It feels strange because your brain is used to translating and analyzing every word individually.
And please tell me, Liam, what should I do instead of translating in my head?
Focus on meaning and patterns, especially common sound connections and expressions.
Patterns like what?
Patterns like wanna, gonna, and didja. These are natural forms of common phrases.
Can you explain those in a simple way?
Sure. Want to becomes wanna. Going to becomes gonna. And did you becomes didja in natural speech.
That sounds completely different from what I learned in school, Liam.
Yes, Emma. Because most classes teach formal English, not the way people actually speak in daily life.
So, if I say I want to go in a normal conversation, does it sound okay? or a bit too formal?
It is correct, Emma. But in everyday speech, people usually say I want to go because it sounds more natural and relaxed.
Huh. So I want to go is not wrong, just not how people really talk, Liam.
Sure. It is more formal and a bit stiff for casual conversation.
Interesting. So why do people prefer wanna go?
Because it is easier to say. It is smoother and it matches the natural rhythm of spoken English.
Wow. I can feel the difference when I say it out loud. Wanna go.
You see, Emma? Your mouth moves more naturally with wanna go than with want to go.
So it's not just about speed, right?
Exactly. It's about flow and comfort, not speaking fast.
And what about the T sound, Liam? Sometimes I feel like it disappears.
That's because T often becomes softer or sounds like a quick D in casual speech.
Can you give examples so I can hear it better?
Sure. Better sounds like better, and internet sounds like internet when spoken naturally.
Wow. I always thought I was misunderstanding those words.
You were not misunderstanding, Emma. You were hearing natural pronunciation patterns.
That's actually reassuring.
Yeah. Your listening is better than you think. It just needs adjustment.
So, linking sounds also includes these small sound changes?
Yes. Linking includes connection, reduction, and slight sound transformations.
That sounds like a lot to learn at once.
It may seem like a lot, but it follows consistent patterns that become automatic with practice.
So, over time, my brain will start recognizing these patterns naturally?
Exactly, Emma. With exposure and repetition, your brain begins to predict and understand connected speech.
That would really improve my confidence when listening.
Yes, understanding more naturally leads to feeling more confident and relaxed.
Why do I feel nervous when listening to native speakers, Liam?
Because uncertainty and lack of clarity creates stress and hesitation in your mind.
So, confusion leads to anxiety?
Exactly. But as soon as things start making sense, that anxiety begins to disappear.
That makes sense now.
You see, Emma? Confidence grows from clarity, not perfection.
What is the biggest mistake learners make when trying to sound fluent?
Many learners focus too much on being perfect instead of sounding natural and relaxed.
What does that look like in real speech?
It means pronouncing every word too carefully and adding pauses that break the natural flow.
Oh, wow. I do that when I am nervous, Liam.
Yeah, and that creates a robotic rhythm instead of a natural one.
So, being too correct can actually hurt fluency?
Yes, because real fluency comes from connection and rhythm, not perfect pronunciation.
That is surprising, but helpful. What about thinking too much before speaking?
Overthinking creates hesitation, which interrupts the flow and makes speech less natural.
I definitely overthink everything I say.
You see, Emma? Fluency improves when your brain relies on automatic patterns instead of constant analysis.
Patterns like chunks, right, Liam?
Exactly. Chunks are common phrases your brain can use instantly without building sentences from scratch.
Can you give examples of these chunks?
Sure. Expressions like, I do not know, you know what, let me think, and kind of are very common.
Oh, I already use some of those naturally.
Yes, and that is why you sound more natural when you use them.
So, linking sounds and chunks are connected?
Yes, chunks are naturally spoken with linking sounds. This reinforces both skills together.
So, by learning chunks, I also improve my listening and speaking at the same time?
Exactly, Emma. It is a very efficient way to build fluency.
Wow, I feel like something just clicked for me.
That is your breakthrough moment, when things finally start to make sense.
That is interesting, actually. I feel more confident already.
You see? Once you understand how speech really works, everything becomes clearer and more manageable.
So now when I listen to English, what should I focus on first, Liam?
Focus on connected sound groups, not individual words. Meaning comes from the flow.
What about everyday conversations, like casual situations?
In daily conversations, people use short, connected chunks like "let me see," "gimme that," or "hold on a second."
Interesting. Those sound very relaxed.
Yes, Emma, because natural speech is relaxed and efficient, rather than formal and perfect.
What about responding quickly in conversations? I always feel slow.
That happens because you are still building sentences word by word instead of using ready-made chunks.
So, how can I respond faster, Liam?
Practice short, natural responses, like "sounds good," "I think so," "not really," or "let me check."
Can you give me more examples that I can use daily?
Sure. You can say, "I got it," "I will do it," "that makes sense," or "I'm not sure yet."
Wow, I can already imagine using those.
You see? Using these chunks reduces hesitation and builds confidence.
What about when I do not understand someone? What should I say naturally?
You can say, "Sorry, can you say that again?" Or, "What do you mean?" in a simple and natural way.
How long does it take to improve linking sounds?
With consistent daily practice, you can notice improvement in a few weeks, Emma.
That is faster than I expected.
Yes, because you are training a pattern, not memorizing rules.
So, repetition is important?
Exactly. Repetition builds automatic habits in your brain.
What kind of practice is most effective?
Listening and repeating real sentences out loud is one of the most effective methods.
What about watching movies or videos? Does that help?
I recommend watching your favorite movie in English and paying attention to the linking sounds. You will improve a lot that way.
So, I should not rely too much on subtitles?
Subtitles can help at first, but your goal is to train your ear, Emma.
That is interesting, actually.
You see? Your ears need training, just like your speaking skills.
So, is this the ultimate guide to linking sounds?
Yes. And if you apply what you have learned here, your English will quickly get ahead of most learners. Because this is something very few people actually understand.
Wow, this was a real game changer. Linking sounds changed everything for me. How can I learn more, Liam?
If you do not learn this next step, English will still sound fast to you. So, click on the next video on your screen and learn 50 powerful words for your daily life.
Bye.
Bye.